So since cryptocurrency are so hyped right now, there are so many ICOs out there, and it's hard, first of all, to keep an overview and hard to know when you find an ICO, what's a good one. So in this video, I want to talk to you about ICOs and what to look for in ICOs if you want to invest. But before we get into that, I just wanted to say thank you very much for over 4,000 subscribers. So if you enjoy this video, make sure to leave it a thumbs up and comment down below, because among everybody commenting, I'm giving away a small amount of Litecoin every day. So before we get into the ICO, let's get started with a little overview of the market. So we can see the coin market is being predictable like hell one more time, guys. Yesterday we saw a lot of blood, and in today's coin market cap you can see that most coins are gaining today. The biggest winners are ELF, Particle, and CryptoNext. Losers, Kin, but I wouldn't really call Kin a loser, because the day before that Kin has been doing amazing in the beginning of January. I also made a video on Kin, so if you want, you can check that out. Kin, by the way, has had an amazing ICO, also got so much money for their ICO, so definitely worth taking a look into that. Market cap is getting back up again. So yesterday, I'm always trying to find new things that I can offer to my viewers and talk about them. And I was looking through some news related to cryptocurrencies and also, of course, other YouTubers. And to be honest, guys, I thought that maybe I've missed out on something, why the market was correcting so hard, but it's just there doesn't even have to be a reason. So yesterday we saw a lot of coins losing, and today we see pretty much the opposite. As I said in almost every video, the coin market cap, which we see every day, it's kind of really ridiculous how predictable it is. And there doesn't have to be a reason why all coins go down or why all coins go up. It's just psychology and many different things that are causing this. And if you would really try to find a reason for each of this development, I think that you would go completely crazy. We as humans, it is just in our nature to always look for a causality or simply a explanation for things that are happening. It's really hard for us to accept that things are just happening because they're happening. And sometimes you just have to accept that there are no reasons why the market cap goes down. It's just like any other market. Cryptocurrencies also work in cycles. And Bitcoin dominance went up by a little bit, but not much. Actually, it hasn't been doing anything in the past, so nothing special going on here. And with this said, guys, I would say that we take a look at the presentation I have prepared. No, not that, actually, like this. Okay, there we go. So, how to spot good ICOs. Keep in mind, guys, that this is my personal opinion and not financial advice. Always invest responsibly. We're adults and we're responsible for our own decisions. If you're not an adult, don't invest. So, what is an ICO? Most of you probably know, but I don't want to assume that everybody is familiar with the cryptocurrency terminology out there. So an ICO is an acronym for initial coin offering. So similar to an initial paper offering, that, or so-called IPO, that stock companies do, or companies do that want to get listed on a stock market. It's kind of the same, only for coins. But while IPOs require so many regulations and paperwork to be done, ICOs are so easy to pull off, it's really laughable. But I'm gonna get into that later. The company offers tokens or coins for a limited time for a fixed price. So you probably know that some coins out there that are right now on coin market cap in the first 10 positions. They used to be ICOs that were available for a few cents, and today they have quadrupled in value or even more. So ICOs can be quite nice when it comes to return of investment. Keep in mind that there's oftentimes a pre-sale, and they get a hefty discount or a bonus. So if you find an ICO out there that you're interested in, it's always a good thing to try to participate in the pre-sale. Although if the ICO is one that attracts a lot of attention, the pre-sale will be done probably in a very, very short amount of time. There's almost no ICO without technical issues. Very important to know. So ICOs are most of the time the first time that these companies see so much traffic and so much throughput of data and financial transactions in a short time that it's just hard for their systems to cope with that. So when you're investing in ICOs, people tend to panic really quickly when they invest in something, but you just have, if you don't invest money that you cannot lose, first of all, you won't panic, and second of all, keep in mind that there's almost no ICO out there that goes like completely without technical issues. So before you invest in an ICO, have the mindset that things will go wrong when it comes to technology, but you'll eventually get all of your stuff. And as I said earlier, ICOs lack regulations and restrictions. So in theory, with ICOs, many ICOs out there, pretty much in plain English, they don't owe you shit. So when you're investing in an ICO, you have to keep in mind that pretty much the only thing you have is the promise of the company that they will do something great for you. So you have to be very cautious when it comes to that. There are a lot of ICOs out there that have done amazing things for people when it comes to the real economy out there, and of course also the return of investment. But keep in mind that Ernst & Young did an analysis, and they found that 10% of the money that was funded in ICOs 2017 was just stolen from scammers. So keep that in the back of your head when you're investing in ICOs, that there actually are very few regulations. And some advantages and disadvantages of ICO, of course, it's pretty easy to participate if you know what you're doing. Most of the time you'll need a Ether wallet that's compatible with ERC20 tokens. I did a video yesterday on that, so if you want to check it out, go ahead. You have a wide range of choice, so many different industries, many different ideas, technologies, teams you can choose from. So of course, you can also diversify your money, and that's always a good idea. Good thing to do. So never put your eggs in one basket. And of course, if the ICO does spectacularly well, you'll see some amazing return of investment. Some disadvantages, of course, lack of regulations. As I said earlier, it's a joke how few regulations there are when it compared to IPOs, which are insanely regulated. Then of course you can have problems with scammers. Technical issues, as I said earlier, when it comes to technical issues, the company will somehow find a way to give you your tokens or your coins that you have bought, but it's just a little annoying, and then of course there's no promise of delivery. So some ICOs claim to have an amazing disruptive technology on paper, but then when it comes to delivering it, it's not as amazing as it was promised to in the beginning. So what to look for when you want to invest in an ICO, and this is where it gets tricky. Basically, you have to focus on value and not on size. So there are some ICOs out there that are hard capping like stupidly high, like 20, 30, 40, 50 million, or maybe even above. And they only have a few team members. So I ask myself the question, why do only a few people need that much money? When it comes to ICOs, Electroneum did one of the best ICOs that I have seen. Basically, they didn't have a hard cap, but at some point they were like, okay guys, we have enough money to fund our project. Thank you very much. We don't need any more. and then it just stopped instead of being greedy. Now, if that is not a sign of a great ICO, I don't know what is. So definitely don't think because an ICO is collecting hundreds of millions of dollars or tens of millions that they're going to do well. A small team with $3 million that knows what it's doing will do better than a team of 100 people with $50 million. And I don't doubt that at all. So again, when we're talking about the team, analyze the team. What do they have to offer on social media? What do they have on LinkedIn? Become a detective, become a stalker. In that context, it's completely fine because you want to invest your money into something that should make you more money. So see what kind of degrees do they hold, where did they go to, where did they work at, how much experience do they have. And a great CEO can have huge impact on projects like that. So always keep that in mind. Look for dark periods. Was there a time where the team promised something and didn't deliver? Was there a time when was there a downtime in the system? So do your research, and I think the best source for that is Google. But then at the end of the day, you have to keep in mind that there's almost no coin out there. Almost every coin gets called a scam. So for example, there are people calling Bitcoin a scam, and I'm just like, okay, so if Bitcoin is a scam to you, what isn't a scam? So banks are probably for many people scams who know how that works. So look for dark periods, but keep in mind that people on the internet are talking a lot of shit, so you'll have to get kind of a feeling on how to judge if a project is worth your money or not. Then check for the community engagement. Are the developers replying to the questions of the community? Are they actively engaging with the community? Are they updating the community regularly on updates? And are there even updates on a regular basis? What's happening with the unsold tokens? So some ICOs out there, they actually, if it comes to unsold tokens or coins, they just distribute it among the people that have participated in the ICO evenly. While this could mean that you get coins for free, it at the same time means that the coins that you have are worth less simply because of higher supply, higher inflation. So in my opinion, the best thing that's happening to unsold tokens is that they just get burnt and don't exist. And definitely you need to invest into projects that are disruptive, so that have a kind of new idea, something that hasn't been done before, something that's really solving an issue and not something that's just trying to be, copying another system that's already existing. And also definitely take a look at their white paper, if they provide one. So they definitely should provide a white paper. And when you're looking at the white paper, I'm going to show you in the next slide what to look for in a white paper. But do not use exchange addresses, and why this is so important. So I made a video on my Ether wallet. Check that out. Definitely. There is a certain reason why you don't use exchange addresses, and that's basically because exchange addresses aren't compatible with ERC20. Most of I know, so Coinbase, Kraken, even Exodus, don't use that when you're doing an ICO. I mean, you could, but that's very technical, and don't do that. Use my Ether wallet or Ether Mask. But basically, guys, most ICOs will walk you through on what wallet to use, and don't even think about giving, for example, your Coinbase Ethereum address to the ICO, because you will probably not get your token. So it's very important to use a compatible wallet with that ICO. And when it comes to the white paper, please look for a solution and a problem. So what kind of problem is this ICO trying to solve with their idea? Do they describe the problem, and do they really know how to solve it? Then, of course, the description of the product that they want to offer, distribution, how will they distribute the coins and also the team members, and commercialization. So So what will the interaction with the economy be? And it's really important, as I said earlier, that the ICO is actually delivering on value to the society, is actually contributing to the economy. Otherwise, you won't see a big return on your investment. So a great example is Ethereum, in my opinion. The Ethereum ICO, you can get like for 1 Bitcoin 600 Ethereum, I think, and that was like, no, for 1 Bitcoin that was back then $600, you would get 1,000 Ethereum, I think. So that was the price of Ethereum, and you can see that Ethereum is being used by so many companies out there that it has an immense amount of value and is interacting with the real economy out there. So Ethereum is a great example of how this can actually look like. So when you're looking at the white paper, look for a problem. How do they want to solve it? Do they describe the product in their own words and in words that you can understand? How they distribute the coins? Who are the team members and what did they do? And also commercialization. So how will the interaction with the economy be? So guys, that's pretty much all I have to say. Do you have any interesting ICOs you want me to cover, or do you have some points that you're looking for? So let me know in the comments. And in any case, thank you very much for your attention. Please invest responsibly. Keep in mind that cryptocurrencies are very volatile. We are adults and we are responsible for our own investment decisions, and we shouldn't cry around if we lose some money. So never lose money you're not willing to lose. If you're not an adult, if you're a minor, then just don't invest. And like the video if you enjoyed it. Comment with your Litecoin address if you have a question or anything to add, because among everybody commenting, I'm giving away a small amount of Litecoin. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more. Hit that notification bell to never miss a video, and share it with friends and family. And now guys, the giveaway for the video I did yesterday, so MetaMask, let me give myself a like for that tutorial. Tutorial videos are always real pain in the ass to do, because I need to explain a lot and I really need to thoroughly check everything. But if they help you guys, I love doing them. The winner is Marquis. Thanks for a tutorial. Think BTC dominance will continually to fall, and what's your top 5 cryptos to invest after Bitcoin? I think it's too early to say that Bitcoin dominance will drop. At the end of the day, most of the exchanges out there still depend on Bitcoin, so don't think that Bitcoin will give up. And top 5 coins to invest in, I've made plenty of videos on coins that I have invested, so go ahead and check them out. But in any case, guys, thank you very much for your attention. Invest responsibly, good luck trading, and if you liked the video, leave it a thumbs up, and see you next time. Bye bye.